Hey guys, HDV here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got a ton of new things to go over. Loads of new miscellaneous Pokemon events have been announced for various different Pokemon games. We have new gameplay features that you may have missed from Pokemon Legends ZA, and as well as that, big updates regarding pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch 2 in America and Canada have also dropped. A lot of things to break down today, so if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, let's take a look at these new Pokemon events. We're going to start off with Pokemon TCG Pocket. We have a new Wonder Pick event that is now live in the mobile game. We've got Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, the latest Pokemon TCG Pocket Wonder Pick event has begun. It adds new promo cards for Pachirisu and Riolu. So this is the information in greater detail for this new event, and of course we've already covered all of this, all the data mines on the Pokemon TCG Pocket channel. It'll be in the description down below if you haven't checked it out already. But anyway, it is a new Wonder Pick event regarding Pachirisu and Riolu. Nothing different about these cards, it's just different artwork, and these are also the possible bonus pick options, so you get your other Pachirisu and Riolu cards, and then also the event shop tickets, and then the Wonder Hourglass, all that stuff. These are the different missions that you can take part in. So if you collect one Riolu card, you get an event shop ticket. Collect one Pachirisu card, you get an event shop ticket. Wonder Pick 1 times for the event shop, two event shop tickets, and 200 trade tokens. Wonder Pick 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. You can kind of see all the rewards you will get for completing all of these missions. We usually get these Wonder Picks in like 2 parts, but for some reason it's just 1 part this time. It's probably because the new set is coming out on the 30th of April. But anyway, those are the missions, and then these are all the new cosmetic items as well. So we have the Lucario sleeves, you've got the Lucario playmat, the backdrop, the binder, you've got the coin, and then you've also got the Cynthia icon as well. So that is all of the Wonder Pick updates and events for Pokemon TCG Pocket. We also have a new event for Pokemon Go. We've got Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, the Pokemon Go Growing Up event has been revealed. It runs from the 2nd of May at 10 AM local time to the 7th of May at 8 PM local time. We'll go over to Cerebi here, it'll give you all the information. So you got increased chance to encounter shiny Magikarp, Swablu, and Wimpod, and an increased chance of extra small or extra large Pokemon. Magikarp, Whelmer, Swablu, Fungus, Dedenne, Cutiefly, Wimpod, Rookidee, and Nimble will spawn in the wild more frequently. And then also Happiny, Riolu, and Wimpod will be in 2km eggs, Mime Jr. in 5km eggs, and Toxel in 10km eggs. And then finishing things off, we also have this new event that's also been announced. We've got Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, the next Pokemon Sleep event has been detailed. It is called Dream Shard Week number 1. It runs from the 21st of April through to the 28th of April. So those are all the new events that are now live and have also been announced for various different Pokemon games. Coming up next, we have this to quickly go over regarding Pokemon Legends ZA. This was shown in one of the trailers. I feel like a lot of people have missed it though. We do have the fly locations and the fly spots that have been kind of revealed with like the clothing stores and everything like that. But we actually have a cafe here as well. We've got this post here from Yasuki127 saying cafe shop, fly symbol. I found this interesting. It's probably already been pointed out. I haven't really seen anyone talk about it though, but obviously these fast travel locations are places of importance because you obviously can fast travel there. So the fact that we can fast travel to cafes mean that cafes are going to be relatively important in one way or another. Again, Lysander's cafe was very important in Pokemon X and Y because of everything that took place there. We also have seen from multiple different trailers where you can just kind of sit down at cafes and you can have your start Pokemon just kind of like chilling on the table with you or whatever. So maybe they are just, I don't know, rest spots or just places where you can get like cinematic photos or something like that. Who really knows? But I think it's just a little bit interesting that we can actually fly to these different cafes and stuff. Obviously, this like battle location is a fly spot because that's just a major part of the story. But interesting that we've got cafe. Obviously, the clothing shops make sense because that's something you can buy. So maybe you can just get like extra items or something from the cafe shop. Very interesting that this has got a fly spot. Let me know your thoughts on it. What do you think these cafe spots have got this fly location symbol for? And then as well as that, we have this update regarding kind of mega evolutions in Pokemon Legends ZA, as well as another tweet from Soul Silver Up saying, we basically know that there will be new mega evolutions in Pokemon Legends ZA, but why will there be new mega evolutions in Legends ZA? We've already been in Kalos and there were only certain megas available then, so what will cause more to appear, and then will they be a new / different type of mega evolution? I hope so, which again, does raise quite a big point, because obviously we played X and Y before. Well, I assume most of us have. All the Mega Evolutions are there, and then we're now in a futuristic version of, I guess, X and Y, even though it's not that far into the future, but now we have all of these new Mega Evolutions. Why did we not have them in the original game? Obviously, it's because the game came out 10 years ago, but in terms of kind of the story and the kind of world that this whole situation takes place in, what has happened to make all these new Mega Evolutions available? Why were they available now and not, 10 years in the past or whenever this game is set? It goes on to say, I've spoken on this before, but maybe Quasartico has made some kind of tech that forces new Pokemon to Mega Evolve, maybe without the specific Mega Stones or Trainer Bonds, essentially creating unnatural Mega Evolutions. We touched upon this a little bit in yesterday's video, and again, I still think it's very, very likely that Quasartico is some sort of evil team. They are kind of hosting these late night battles and stuff, which is always already a little bit interesting, but they definitely have to be behind something which is making Pokemon go like rampant, or making them Mega Evolve against their will, or something like that, which would be a great storyline as well, by the way. I would absolutely love to see that be the case. This would clearly mess with the natural order and potentially harm the ecosystem, so Zygarde has been observing this and will eventually react to it if it gets out of hand, because of course Zygarde does like to keep the ecosystem all chill. And I assume these effects from Quasartico would also negatively affect the natural Mega Evolutions too. This is just one theory though, there are many others. Maybe instead Zygarde is revealed to have always been the source of all Mega Evolution energy on Earth, or maybe just another catalyst like the Sundial. I'm not a big believer in the new type of artificial Mega Evolutions have green energy theory, but there sure is a lot of green, and if Zygarde is somehow involved. And then also had him speaking here about a earlier tweet that he made. Here's another one of my earlier theories on the same topic to give more explanation and examples. So one final prompt from that recent 4chan rumor: if Pokemon Legends EA is set after X and Y, how would they explain new Mega Evolutions being found in the Kalos region? One of the ways is that the energy from when Lysander used Xerneas/Yveltal to activate the ultimate weapon in X and Y, or even the energy from when the ultimate weapon was destroyed in X and Y, caused the creation of the new Mega Stones for certain Pokemon again in Kalos. This is based off of the common fan theories and even in-game lore that Mega Stones were created from life/death/infinity energy, whether that be Xerneas or Yveltal, or the blast of the ultimate weapon, or the Infinity Sundial energy. I said this was one of the ways to explain it because there's really so many possible explanations. So scientists could synthesize their own new Mega Stones. New stones could be brought from another region where the same phenomena occurred. The game could start with a mystery of the Aura Trio using their energy somehow and creating new stones. Inhabitants of Kalos could have simply found more stones that were hidden. Again, probably the most boring option. The Sundial/Moondial could be producing new, different ones, and could be a new form of Mega Evolution not related to this at all. The list could go on forever, but it's very engaging and curious topic to me. So, how do you think that these new Mega Evolutions are going to kind of be in Pokemon Legends EA? Do you think it's going to be because of Quasartico sending out this mysterious energy? Do you think we're just going to find new Mega Stones? Or do you think somebody brings it from a different region or something like that? But anyway, let me know your thoughts on the Mega Evolution stuff, and also what you think is behind the cafe as to why we can fly there. Coming up next, we have some pretty big updates to go over regarding Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders in America and Canada. This comes from a pretty reputable source as well. This isn't just a random post online. This is somebody that has gotten a lot of things right in the past, especially regarding Nintendo, and they've given us dates for when pre-orders go live for the Nintendo Switch 2 in America and Canada. So we're starting things off with the Canadian pre-orders. So we have, following Nintendo's shock decision to delay the pre-order date for the Nintendo Switch 2 in the United States and Canada earlier this month, fans have been left wondering when Nintendo will allow fans to fork over their cash for the next bit of hardware. While we still have no confirmation from the company itself, reliable leaker Bill Kun has shared on Blue Sky that they've been seeing some Canadian retailers list pre-orders for the 23rd of April 2025. So this was their actual tweet saying, upcoming release. From what I can see through some Canadian retailers, Nintendo Switch 2 console and bundle pre-orders should start from the 23rd of April 2025. Date subject to change. Obviously can't confirm if it's the same for US. I'll keep you updated if it changes. So the 23rd of April is next Wednesday. It's a week today. And then, as Bilbilcon writes, both the Nintendo Switch 2 console and the bundle with Mario Kart World are set to have their pre-orders open on the 23rd of April, which is next Wednesday, as the time of writing. Obviously, the date is subject to change, and considering this is coming from a Canadian retailer, it maybe doesn't apply to the US. There's no mention of a price increase either, though it's impossible to know if Nintendo is leaving the price alone at this moment. It then goes on to say, when Nintendo announced it would also delay Canadian pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch 2, the reason stated was in order to align with the timing of pre-orders to be determined in the US. It stands to reason that if Canada will be getting his pre-orders on the 23rd of April, the US will likely also be the same. Until we get an official answer, you can take this news with a grain of salt. And then, a few hours later, we got the update regarding the US pre-orders. So, rumor, Switch 2 US pre-orders will open between the 21st of April and the 30th of April. So, Canada, around the 23rd of April, the US around the 21st to the 30th. So again, this was also posted on Nintendo Wire from the exact same source, saying it seems like every second there's some bit of new information regarding the Nintendo Switch 2, while the often reliable leaker Bilbilcon claimed that the Canadian retailers would be opening pre-orders for Nintendo's next console on the 23rd of April 2025. They've now stated that US retailers will be planning to open pre-orders within a select window starting on the 21st of April 2025. So in a post on Blue Sky, Bilbilcon posted a generic image of the Nintendo Switch 2 and its hardware with some news about different US retailers having conflicting dates for when pre-orders will open. So as they claim, outlets will begin accepting reservations for the console between the 21st of April to the 30th of April. So the 21st of April is next Monday, and then of course the 30th is the Wednesday after that. So it's anywhere between those two dates. Accessories such as the Pro Controller will be available for pre-orders starting on the 30th of April. So we have this tweet here from Bilbilcon saying USA, though or through some US retailers have found conflicting data for pre-order start date of Nintendo Switch 2 hardware. So for the Nintendo Switch 2 consoles, April the 21st or April the 30th depending on the retailer, and then for accessories like the Switch 2 Pro Controller, 30th of April. I'll keep you updated for any date change. So while Bilbilcon is typically reliable, at present this is just a rumor. Even with the Canadian retailer leak, it's impossible to know how accurate these claims are. It does seem likely that Nintendo will want to get pre-orders in as early as possible due to the uncertainty surrounding the Trump tariffs, but there is no guarantee that it will ever happen in April. We also don't know if the price has increased at all. Until we get confirmation from Nintendo, make sure to have a bowl of salt at the ready so you can throw some over your shoulder. So, again, this is from a very, very reputable source. They've gotten a lot of things right in the past, as this article explains. But I assume that this has just been taken from multiple different retailers and stuff like that. But anyway, it is a date to kind of look forward to. It looks like this is going to be around the time in the US and Canada, because they're probably going to go live around the same time as well with these pre-orders for both of these countries. So I'd expect it to be probably around next week. I think next week, I mean, we might even get information about this after tomorrow's Mario Direct anyway. We've got the Mario Kart World Direct on Thursday, the 17th of April. So they could just talk about pre-orders then as well, which if they do, then they might just be like, yeah, they're happening next week. So we might not even have to wait that long for an announcement regardless. But anyway, it looks like it's going to be around next week, latest midweek, the week after. But let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think that the pre-orders are going to go live around now? The good thing is there's been no price increase, which we weren't expecting anyway until after potentially this 90-day pause window. Maybe then the price will increase. We'll have to wait and see. But let me know your thoughts on the pre-orders for America and Canada. Hopefully you can grab one now if you are watching this from Canada or America. Best of luck. I'm sure you'll be able to get one. We've already covered the fact that they've put loads and loads of stock already of Nintendo Switch 2 consoles into America, so you shouldn't really have any trouble finding one. And then also let me know your thoughts on everything else we covered: Mega Evolutions, the Fly Spot, and then also all of the new events that are now live and also that have been announced for Pokemon, various different Pokemon mobile games. But thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. It really helps out. Leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.